My mom is a saint, and she deserves a gift every day for having to put up with me for as much as she had to. Welcome to Higginsanity. I'm your host, Jason Higgins.
I'm your co-host Dan Slott, and we've got a Mother's Day special coming out to you. Obviously, we know Mother's Day was last Sunday, but we wanted to make sure that we give a shout out to our mothers because we wouldn't be here without them.
Exactly. So happy Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We know you work hard every single day. And we just want to give a shout out to all the mothers out there. Did you do anything special for your mother the other day?
We didn't. She had some other plans and stuff like that. So that's, in my opinion, that's what she wanted to do on Mother's Day. So then let her do her thing, right?
Yeah.
She was with some her sisters and stuff like that, so that's what she wanted to do. So I mean, it's getting to the point too where I feel like sometimes when you're a little kid, like it's always an event, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as you get older and as your mothers get older, they're just like, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So just if that's what they say they want to do, then
That's what they
you
get.
know,
It's their day.
sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't get a day to just
Mm-hmm.
not have to worry about anything, right? And if they
Exactly.
want to go and do whatever they want to do, then that's the best Mother's Day gift you can give them, in my opinion.
Exactly. So we ended up going to a restaurant called Braves for lunch. She ended up getting, I think, like strawberry crepes, which they looked more like a dessert than a food, like a breakfast or
Like an
lunch.
entree or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I can't say much. I got the cinnamon roll pancakes because those are fire there. I
You
promise
know
you.
why I'm laughing, right? With the cinnamon pancakes.
Yes, yes. See, these didn't look like that, so I promise you that. Yeah, these are fire. These are so good. And we end up coming back, and she wanted to say hi to Zoe, and then we end up going to the nursing home and seeing her mother, which I hadn't seen her in a few years. I think I would say before COVID is the last time I think I've been up there. And so she was so excited to see me, like me, my mom, and then my mom's sister was up there, and her boyfriend. It was like my grandma didn't even acknowledge anybody else besides me. She was like, she forgot everybody else was in the room. She was like, Jason's here. And so we just started talking and everything. She got me a dry erase marker for my dry erase board for work. So I got to use that today.
Nice.
And then I got to visit with my dad's parents later that night. So I got to visit both sets of, grandparents and get to see them. And so they were really happy to see me, and I got to do that for them. But I got a present from my mom, but I'll leave that as a surprise for right now, just in case this uploads before it gets to the house. So you never
Okay, it
know.
hasn't arrived yet.
No, it has not arrived yet. So that's a surprise for all of us actually, because
Okay.
it may never get here. You never know. You never know. But I have trust in anything I get off Amazon, but I didn't get this off Amazon. So if I would have got it off
So
Amazon, it
do
would have been there.
you are you still a gift giver for like Mother's Day and like Christmas and like other holidays and stuff like that? Or
Yeah, I am. I just like getting people things and doing like little gifts and stuff. Plus, even at my last job, when I worked for Child Protective Services, we did not really like Secret Santa. We did like Secret Santa, and
well,
we
I
did
just
things
mean
like
for like
that.
for your parents and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because we're older and my mom on like Mother's Day, she's like, "Don't give me anything. Like I just want to see you or I want to do my thing or whatever." Or like Christmas, they're like, "We don't need like we're at a stage in our lives, we don't buy anything." And they're like, "Just don't get us stuff. Like don't."
yeah.
So do you abide by that? Sounds like you just ignore it and get her stuff anyways.
Well, it depends. Sometimes I give her like an item, like
Yeah.
whether it's
Yeah.
clothing or things like that. But like I've done stuff in the past, like giving my dad, we got tickets to a game,
Okay.
like go to an event. Same with like my mom, I've given her like tickets to a concert. I've done things like that in the past to where
Yeah. Okay.
I've done
So it's not
different.
material, it's just event Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll go out and
And
buy
I
them dinner, things like that. So like when
yeah.
I say so sometimes when I say that's their gift, like I bought them dinner that night, like took them out to like
Right,
say,
right, right, right.
so that's what I mean. So and then other times like but I'm the type of person like when I go on vacation, I always like get them something or get my parents something
Yeah,
on
like
the
a souvenir or some sort of
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just that I've always done that. So I've done that. That's kind of materialistic, but other than that, I usually try to. So like I got tickets actually to the throwback tournament. It's college basketball. A lot of old retired or guys that are still playing overseas. They come back and play on those on their teams like IU, Dayton, Louisville,
Mm,
Ohio
mm,
State, all of
yep,
them. So like Greg Oden's
yep.
played in the past, Jared Solinger, Jordan Holes.
Yeah.
Well, Louisville, their throwback, they got a few people that's up from their 2013 national championship team, like Peyton Siva, Russ Smith, Blackshear, and they actually play in Louisville in their old arena, Freedom Hall, around July, and I got me and my dad tickets for that, and for Father's Day, which he already knows about, so that's why I'm saying it. But it's only a few rows up,
Okay.
I think a couple rows up from the court.
So in the spirit of Mother's Day, what's the most awkward moment you've had with your mother?
Um, I would say, um, I would say there was one time I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing at home and didn't realize my mom was going to get home sooner than
Can you
expected.
be a little more specific, please, sir?
I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. And when I heard this happened a couple times actually, not gonna lie, this happened a few times. It got less awkward the more it happened, to where she was just like shaking her head, and so she walked in, and like I'm walking downstairs, and like we just make eye contact. And then, like, I just look at Sadie, and I'm like, I just start my interactions. Oh, Sadie, I love you. You good girl. Just try to play it
Use
off.
the dog
And
like a
she's like,
defense, like a shield.
yeah.
Like,
At first, she was just after that, she just shook her head, and I'm just like, I know. I'm sorry. Yep, I know. And she just, but then I learned my lesson. After that, I was like, okay, I gotta quit doing that. That's no bueno. So, because obviously, if the other one walked in, it would have been no bueno whatsoever. So that was pretty awkward. But
yeah,
I have no filter, and like I really, yeah. So like honestly, uncomfortable situations aren't really a thing at times for me because like I
yeah.
use humor for like everything. And
Right,
plus,
right.
I've been in a lot of really, really, really strange situations, whether it was working for Child Protective Services, which, that's a reality show that I wish I had a film crew that could have followed me around and
Right.
videotape the houses and the all the shit that I dealt with at that job. I'd make buku money. I promise I would make buku money. But my mom is a saint, and she deserves a gift every day for having to put up with me for as much as she had to. I mean, she still puts up with me at time when I go visit and things like that. It's okay. I'm her favorite son, so we'll just put it that way. Favorite child, to be honest. Can't say that from my dad. He's going to say Sarah. Everybody says Sarah's the favorite because she's the sweetheart that never got in trouble, which she just hit it the most.
Yeah, she was just smart enough to hide it, unlike
Yeah.
you and your sister, your other sister.
What
Yeah.
about you? What's your most awkward moment? I want to hear
Um,
this.
so it's combination story. It happened in like the same moment. So
Hmm.
my sister was studying abroad in Germany, right?
Okay. Yep.
And so there was a perk where if you were top of your class, you could stay in Germany for an extra week.
Okay.
So she was top of her class. So then I was able to go out to Germany with my parents.
How old was she at this
And,
time, by the
and
way?
my sister was a senior, so I
Okay.
was a sophomore in high school.
Okay, so you can enjoy the German beer, is what I was
No, well,
asking.
that's the thing. I mean, you can because in Germany there's no legal drinking age. We're in
Oh,
Germany.
okay.
So the two most awkward moments I had there, one was not only is like alcohol
Mm-hmm.
a just nonchalant thing, but
Mm-hmm.
so is open nudity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're literally in a German 7-Eleven and looking for water, and I'm walking next to my mom
Can only
in an
imagine.
aisle. And it's not like here, they don't cover anything up. So we're walking down an aisle. On the left side, it's like Lunchables and water and pop and, a convenience store aisle. And on the right side, it's just pornographic magazines. The entire aisle. And not hidden, not covered up, no placards going over the magazine cover. And I'm walking down the aisle next to my mom.
I
So
mean,
the
that's kind
second
of
time is,
funny. I mean, that's kind of
I mean,
funny.
it's funny now that I'm old enough, but like I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm just like, I like that magazine, but my mom's right next to me. I like that one too, but my mom's right next to me.
I can't say anything
You know?
because I can't say anything about that because I'll tell you a story after you when you finish it.
So,
What
so the
what year was
second
this
one,
though? What year was this though? Like, what's the
I
time
was a
frame?
sophomore in high school, so
So 2000.
17, 18 years ago,
Ooh,
something
so
like
that's like
that.
2004, 2003.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so yeah,
So,
I'm thinking of that time frame too. Of like, so it's definitely going to be because you think now it's probably a little bit more filtered, but you got to think back in the 2000 range.
yeah.
Boom, the good.
So the other aspect or the other story, completely different. So my sister and my dad wanted to go do something else. And my mom and I wanted to go see the Olympic pool. The Olympics were just in Germany, the World Cup was there currently, and we wanted to go see the Olympic pool.
Mhm.
So we go there, we get, ready to go, and we start walking through the locker room. So complete opposite. It's just a bunch of naked old guys. Just naked old guys in a locker room. And again,
Worst time to drink water, man.
right next to my mom, just walking through a locker room with naked old guys, and I'm just like, this is the complete opposite, also just as awful, terrible. So yeah, talk about awkward moments with your mom.
I mean, one of the first nights my mom came and visited me at college at Lake Forest. It was like 9 o'clock at night on like a Tuesday. Plus, we had hockey on our campus. Our hockey team was awesome.
Yeah,
And so as we're walking back up to my dorms, this dude literally runs across right in front of us, just in his underwear, and runs smack dab into a tree, knocks himself out cold, lays himself
yeah,
out right in front of my mom. And my mom just like looks at me like, "Oh my god." It's like two he just gets right up after he like knocks him out cold for like he lays there maybe like 10 seconds just caked. And then he just like wakes up like the Undertaker and then just gets up and starts walking back to the dorm. The other thing I wanted to talk about on the one thing with my mom is I remember one time. See, I had an Xbox 360. It was like my first big. I mean, I had a PlayStation 2, PlayStation, all that, but like the 360 was like the first console dedicated,
like
like mine. Like,
major council.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And so, you know how you had to have your debit or credit card on there to have like your Xbox Live
Mm-hmm.
account and
Yep,
everything.
yep, yep, yep.
Well, obviously when I first got my 360, I'm, younger. I don't have a job. Obviously, I'm in middle school, things like that. So obviously I have my parents' credit card on there. Well, not thinking, you can go on there. You can buy,
What'd you look up?
you can buy video games on there. You can buy DVDs, things like that.
What did you look up?
Well, I was a big American Pie fan,
Uh,
growing up. Still to this day, I'm a big American Pie fan.
yeah.
And I decided to buy American Pie Beta House at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it several times, obviously. And not realizing, at the time I'm a middle schooler, so not realizing that, at some point there's a bill that comes to the house that says what you purchased on said credit card.
Yep. Oh, there
Well,
goes my
that
mic.
was not a pleasant
Yep.
conversation to have with my parents when, that you bought American Pie Beta House. See, my dad was more mad that I spent money on it. My mom was more mad at the fact of what it was. And so,
Yeah.
like
Your dad was
that,
probably like, if you would just come to me, I could have bought it and we could have hidden it better than this.
yeah. But I would say this is my favorite story about my mom. So a while back, we had our first Weimaraner. Her name is Molly. And this was around, I think, this is one of our holidays. I think it was maybe Christmas or somewhat. And, there's a lot of people around, and then we had candles on top of the table. Well, she's sweeping around, and, my mom, when she gets cleaning, like, she's a saint. She's said maybe 5 cuss words in a year. Like, she will not cuss. Like, that's just how she is. She's a saint. She's sweet as an angel. And, she has to put up with me and my dad and me and, got a lot on her plate. Well, she's sweeping, and, if you get in her way, you better pick up your feet because she's going to run your feet over. Like, when she's in her cleaning mode, you get out of her way. Like, that's how she is. Right. And while she's sweeping, and she does like that at the dog, like she sweeps at the dog, well, the dog leaps up and knocks the candles off the table and hits the candles onto the carpet. So then all the carpet's got all this candle wax and everything on it.
Right, yeah.
Grandma Hankey's there, Alice Hankey and everything. And you know how that running joke is, call people Alice when you're running late and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, my dad's just sitting there because all of us are just like, don't know what to do because we're afraid. And my mom just sit there, Alice. And Grandma's like, what? What did I do? Then she's like, oh my God. Because then she realized what she had said, and my dad's just, ha, 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 look what you did. Because you know how he is. He's
just enjoying the show.
Yeah, he's enjoying the show. Like, he's not going to help you out in that moment. He's going to make the moment worse for you.
He's going to just bring it all in so he can relive it 10 years down the road.
Yes, there's candle wax everywhere. The candles are ruined. All of us are dying laughing because Grandma Hankey's trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And my mom's just sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Just like, I was cracking up.
That's funny.
So, but we thought we would do maybe a special little Mother's Day episode, just like a short little thing, just to share a couple stories about our moms, just because, a mother's love is something special. And I talk about that with the incarcerated individuals at the prison. They'll even say that, like, that's, that's the one thing is you need to spend time with your moms.
There's a reason when you're born, they put you right on your mother's chest. Mm-hmm. That bond is never broken. And no matter how much a piece of shit you can be, you're always going to have your mom's always going to have your back. Like, they're always going to be there for you. They're always going to try and pick you up. Mm-hmm. And that's just what a good mother does. And luckily for us, we've got good moms who have been there for us at our worst times and our best times. And to that point, just having Mother's Day, it's a couple days late, but we wanted to appreciate them.
Yes.
Because they appreciate us more than they probably should.
Yep. So shout out to you, Mom. I love ya. From your favorite son, by the way.
To your black sheep son. Till next time. Deuces.